మతములన్నీయు వేరు మార్గంబు ఒక్కటే, వస్త్రభేదము వేరు వస్తువు ఒకటే, శృంగారములు వేరు బంగారమొక్కటే, పసులు వన్నెలు వేరు పాలు ఒకటే, జీవజంతులు వేరు జీవుండు ఒక్కడే, పూల జాతులు వేరు పూజ ఒకటే, తెలివి లేక మానవులు తెలివి తప్పి బ్రతుకు కోసము బహుబాధ బద్ధులైరి. తెలివి లేక మానవులు తెలివి తప్పి బ్రతుకు కోసము బహుబాధ బద్ధులైరి. Sairam, dear brothers and sisters, offering my most loving salutations at the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagwan. It's an honor and pleasure to be part of this wonderful day, the National Service Retreat. We are blessed to have enjoyed this whole day. And Swami, through his wonderful verse, he tells us that religions are many, but the path or goal is one. The garments are many, but the cloth or yarn is one. The jewels are many, but gold is one. Cows may be of different colors, but milk is white only, one and only. The beings are many, but the indweller is one. Flowers are many, but worship is one. In this way, Swami brings out the unity, the oneness in this bewildering diversity. And then he goes on to lament or bemoan the fact that man is unaware of this oneness and is struggling for his livelihood. And in that process, he's getting deeper and deeper into the mire of this samsara, or this worldly life. And that's why Swami, out of his infinite compassion, in the year 1940, on the 20th of October, declared at the tender age of 14 that he is the avatar of Shirdi Sai come again. He has come to take us across this ocean of change, tumultuous change, the good and bad, day and night, heat and cold, joy and sorrow, buffeting us every moment. How can we go there? And he says, Manasa Bhajare Guru Charanam, worship in your mind to the feet of the Lord. And then he, out of his infinite compassion, he didn't leave us on our own devices to get to him. In fact, he has started these various organizations, institutions all across the globe, whether it's in India or overseas. Everything started maybe small, but then it has grown to gigantic proportions. Just like our beautiful Seva projects, like the planting of the trees. The tree may be initially small when it's planted, but then it may be a sapling or even a seed, and then it grows to a huge size. And this is what Bhagwan did. He started his mission in a particularly small way, in a small town, small village of Puttaparthi. And from there, this huge tree of his mission has grown worldwide, and it has taken the form of his organizations worldwide. This is the gift that he has given to all of us to facilitate our own transformation. In fact, the very motto or the very purpose of the Sai Organization is so that we may know who we really are. So he has given various tools in this process, various tools, whether it's devotional singing, whether it is transforming the children through the SSC program, part about this service wing, if I may say so, is that it can cut across all barriers, man-made barriers. It has no limits. Everywhere in the world, a person who is hungry would like to get some food. Everywhere in the world, if somebody is in need of medical help, they would welcome medical help. Everywhere in the world, if somebody is going through a difficult time, they would welcome a kind word, a helping hand. Therefore, this has nothing to do with ideologies. This has nothing to do with my God is greater than your God, or my path is greater than your path. This is a universal mechanism that Swami has provided us. It is very dear to Swami. Therefore, in India, the organization there, he even called it as Bhagavan Sri Satsai Seva Organization. Okay? It is a Seva organization or a service organization. And that is where he very graciously allowed me to take my baby steps in this path. And I'm truly humbled when I see the beautiful work that is being done in our country, in different cities, different regions. And it's particularly heartening to see that the children, the youth, the adults, and the elderly are all participating enthusiastically. Their love, their devotion, their dedication, their humility, their transparent devotion. It was so sweet to watch the children. They're doing so many activities, whether it's making cards for the VAs, whether it's taking care of animals on some farm, whether it's planting trees, whether it's packing food, nutritional food, and so on and so forth. They were permeating so many avenues, so much areas with so much of enthusiasm, ably guided by their elders, their teachers, parents. This augurs well for the Sai mission, because as was shared by brother during the earlier, just prior to this, Swami tells that he has come in order to grant the poor what they lack. That is the task that he has given himself. And that is the mission into which he has commissioned us. When we said yes to him, he took over our lives and made them his. We do not have any option but to manifest, to serve every moment of our lives for the cause that he has put before us. And he has, in fact, also given us the prayer, which very often we share on our meetings. And it's good to recall that the Lord's Prayer. O Lord, take my love and let it flow in fullness of devotion to thee. O Lord, take my hands and then let them work incessantly for thee. O Lord, take my soul and let me be merged with one with thee. O Lord, take my mind and thoughts and let them be in tune with thee. O Lord, take my everything and let me be an instrument to work. And some of us add, to thee, for thee. We'll leave that for now. But the beauty is, it is signed by Swami with love and grace, Baba. Very often when Swami signs, very rarely does he put the word grace when he signs. You say with blessings, with love. But this here he signs with love and grace in that letter where he shared this thing. We really need that grace. So he first captures our love and then he puts us into work. And same thing happened as we saw in so many lives this morning and many more, which we could not see on this today because of the paucity of time. I'll share a few things which touched me in my journey. And I'm sure you all may have experiences yourself in your own journeys. Initially, when I got into this path of service, it was not for any altruistic reasons. I'll be very honest. I just saw that there were many volunteers wearing white and they were around Swami when Swami came to visit Chennai or Madras. And then the thought came to me, if I have to get close to Swami, probably I have to do what they do. And so I joined the Seva organization. And back in the day, they had a probation period of 1 year so that it was not, they wanted to make sure it's not a passing whim. And then I went through the probation period of 1 year, and then I was accepted into the Sevadal. And I was very fortunate that in those days, Swami would visit Chennai very often in the month of January. And he would spend a few days in the city, giving discourses, inaugurating some projects, giving darshans, having beautiful bhajans. My initial seva opportunity was somewhere outside. Though I wanted to be close to Swami, I was actually at the farthest point from Swami, meaning taking care of the traffic, which all the devotees coming, parking and going. So I was serving in the parking lot. That could be the farthest point from service, from his proximity. But it did not matter. There was so much joy in the act of service, in the example set by my fellow Sai brothers, in the example set by our leaders. It was so beautiful. The whole atmosphere was electric. It used to be like a beautiful festival, and we just participated in that. And there are many other stories, many other things, but in the interest of time, I will skip those. And I will just circle back to what Swami has shown us by way of his life. Swami, in his entire life, he gave a great, wonderful primary place for seva, for service. In fact, many people who do not subscribe to Swami's divinity, maybe they are having their own deity, maybe they are, inclined otherwise. Not one, they may not agree, or they may not say he's divine, but not one of them has anything but good words to say of Swami's humanitarian work. Whether it is the free education programs, whether it is the free medical care programs, whether it's a free water projects and other socio care, providing houses to victims of hurricanes, tsunamis, providing socio care, enviro care programs, all of these things that Swami has done for mankind, for humankind, is something that they all can connect with, because it transcends all ideologies. And in his entire life, towards the end, when Swami decided to withdraw from his body, and his mortal remains are laid to rest in the Sai Kulwant Hall, in the very place, at the very location where he is to give us all darshan. The words inscribed there, out of his multitude of teachings, is only love all, serve all. I guess, and we can add, like he said himself, be alike to one and all. This is his core. If you filter out, if you distill his entire teachings, his entire message, it is captured in these. And in the mirror image of those, which is help ever, hurt never. When you love all, you will help ever, or you'll hurt never. And when you're serving all, you're helping ever. So these are the obverse and reverse of the same idea that he has for us. So how do we develop this love all and serve all? Because love we do, serve we do. But the problem is with the all. That's the challenge. And as was put in those slides just now, it's not a problem. It's not a challenge. It's an opportunity. Swami would never give us something which is impossible to achieve. He has not set us up for failure. He has set us up for success. It is for us to tune in and find out how to go about this. And many points were laid out in those various slides that were shared just prior to this. Beautiful ones. Pick any one, run with it. Make it your entire life, and I'm sure you will reach the goal of oneness. One thing that worked for me, and I'll just share that, is Jyoti meditation. One may ask, what has Jyoti meditation got to do with service? When I'm going and serving a sandwich on the outside, what is this Jyoti meditation you're talking about in this context? Jyoti meditation or meditation on the light. I don't like to call it light meditation, as in light, as in heavy, but meditation on the light. What does Swami say? We'll just briefly go through the process. Initially, we visualize a light, bring it within ourselves, take it to different parts of our body with the heart, the limbs, the eyes, ears, nose, every part of our being, hands, legs, everything. Then we go to our immediate family, friends, foes, community, the world, society, nation, world, solar system, cosmos, everything. This Jyoti meditation is an invitation to expansion. It's an expansion process. It is a means, the light, it's a cleansing process. We cleanse our internal systems. We cleanse our heart. We cleanse our eyes. We cleanse our ears. We cleanse everything. It's cleansing as well as expanding. And when we do that, our heart opens up so much that what happens is we can only love. We fill ourselves with love. And this love is like our treasured wealth. It's a beautiful wealth that we have within us. We have made that grow, as Swami says, penchuko, panchuko. Grow it and share it. Now that we have grown this love within us through this meditation, as at least in my case, that was what helped me. For the others, it may be something else. Feel free, whichever way. Grow that love within yourself. And then, what do you do with that love? It's just like having a beautiful, beautiful top-end car in your garage. Is there any use if the car sits in your garage? It's meant to go out on the road. It's meant to take you from A to B. So this love that you have within you is meant to be shared. It is meant to be shared. As an example, to know the contrast, supposing there is a mother who is just bringing in all her groceries into the house. And she has all these grocery bags in her hands and she's being weighed down by them. And her child sitting there playing some game or watching some TV or something has always told her, "Mother, I love you. I love you, mother." And then he sees his mother or she sees her mother coming in with all of this, but continues to play, but does not get up and see if they can lend a helping hand. Of what use is that word love? It's mere theory. So also, if we say I'm full of love within myself, it has to be expressed in action. If it's not expressed in action, it is just like the love that the child has for the mother or the father, but does not step up and give a helping hand. It is there, but useless. Okay? And so we have to first develop that love. And then the first step is, and like one of the slides said, love oneself. Develop that love for oneself. So what is that? The love that we have for oneself. We have to serve our best interests. What is our best interest is, we have to remove all the impediments that keep us away from our goal. That is our best interest. It is not gaining some worldly advantage over somebody. That is not the best interest. That may be best worldly interest. But the best spiritual interest is to make ourselves so pure that the Lord is pleased to reside in our hearts. Swami has said often, he said, yes, it is true that everything belongs to the Lord. The entire creation belongs to the Lord. Just as a rich landlord may have acres and acres and acres of land, but if it's all fished with slush, marshy land, thorny places and all, will that owner go and sit there? No. He'll find a clean place of land and sit there. So also, though the Lord owns everything, he will sit only place in the devotee's pure heart. That's his place of where he finds that. So as we have to do this inward process, as we march along the external process. The external process is all these various service activities. And what do they do? At a minimum, even if we are not fully down the path of spiritual progress ourselves, and it's a work in progress, we all are works in progress. As I speak, I'm very aware that there are so many amazing devotees out there who are doing tremendous work in the name of the Lord and who are so silent about it. So I'm very humbled by being in your presence. So this, what we have to do within ourselves is to cleanse ourselves, okay, purify ourselves. And as we work outside, we work on the inside as well. When we give the sandwich outside, we work on feeding our inner self as well. When we plant the tree outside, we plant love within ourselves as well. So we have to do this part. So initially we start down this path in the mode of duality. Okay, it is me serving somebody in need, and I go there and serve this person. It could be in any one of those various scenarios that we shot today, and even beyond those. There is a sense of duality, but you get some satisfaction in that. You feel a little bit the inner joy. You feel happy when you see that smile on the recipient's face. You feel happiness when that pain is relieved. In fact, one definition of seva that Swami gave is that seva is the process by which you relieve your own pain and suffering. Okay? It is not as if you relieve somebody else's pain and suffering. It is you relieve your own pain and suffering. When you see somebody hungry, in the throes of hunger, and you give them a sandwich in a timely manner, a beverage to drink in a timely manner, and you see them satiated, happy, and again marching along, how rewarding is that? The person need not say thank you. The person need not praise you. Just the very fact that you see that life again come back, the taut face has now some energy. That is the beauty of seva. You align with the other person. And actually, at this point, it would not be remiss to share one beautiful experience when I was in the Sevadal in Chennai. And this was done by my brothers, a Sai brother. Swami was giving a talk at a location. It was attended by thousands upon thousands were there. Swami had just begun his discourse. And for some reason, something had stuck in Swami's throat. And so he was clearing his throat from, once he cleared, twice he cleared. And usually there's a glass of water kept for Swami in a beautiful silver cup or something befitting the Lord. But at that time, for some reason, it was not there. My Sevadal brother, who was near to the dais, he noticed this. And he saw that everybody else was too immersed in drinking in the glory of the Lord that they didn't see the discomfort of the Lord. So what he did was, he left his post. He found a simple, very, very, very ordinary looking metal cup. Probably it had a ding here and there. It was not even very nice. He took it, and there was a row of taps there where people can drink water. He just took it, rinsed it briefly, and he took the tap water, filled it, and he rushed to the dais and gave it to Swami. And Swami drank it. Others were bewildered. What is this doing, going up the stage at this time and giving it to Swami? Swami drank it. And do you know what he said? I'll say it first in Telugu and then he'll say it in English. He said, "Ni janma tarinchindi." He said, your life has attained fulfillment, its goal. In that moment, my brother, Sai brother, he identified with the discomfort of the Lord. He did not go into some theoretical thing, oh, the Lord is everything, he's all compassionate, he's all powerful. It is just probably it's a little divine drama. It's almost like this, the story that Lord, our own Swami shared about the Gopikas. Swami, in the Krishna avatar, as Lord Krishna, he wanted to showcase the devotion of the Gopikas. And so you may know the story, but Swami reminds me at this time to share this. And then he feigned that he had a headache. And so he said, oh, I'm having this terrible headache. And he was pressing his head and he was wondering what to do. And his queens were around him. Narada, the celestial sage, was there, and many others were there. The queens they were sending for the royal doctor, the doctor of the palace, to come and cure him. At that stage, they gave some medicine, nothing worked. Then Narada came and said, Swami, what is this? You're having this headache, what's going on? And he said, oh, Narada, nothing can cure me, but I need the dust from the feet of a devotee. Okay, and then that will wipe. Then Narada thought, you know what? I'm the Manasaputra of Brahma himself, and I sing the Lord's name 24/7 by 365 every time, eternally. Who better than me? So he said, Lord, shall I give you the dust from my feet, as I'm your prime devotee? Then he said, Narada, the very thought that you think you're my prime devotee has made that sullied that offering. Sorry, I cannot accept that. And he let him go. Then he said, Lord, what should I do? He said, go and check with those gopikas. Maybe they will help you. He said, Swami, they are illiterate cowards. They know nothing. And he said, do you want my headache to go, or do you want to get into a discussion? He said, no, Swami, I'll do whatever you want. Then go and get the dust from their feet. When he went there, they asked, what is it that brings you here, O celestial sage? He said, oh, our Krishna is in great trouble. He's having a headache, and he wants the dust from the devotee's feet. Immediately they dusted their feet, spread a cloth, dusted their feet, tied it up, and gave him a big sack and said, Narada, rush, relieve our Krishna's suffering. And he brought it to Lord Krishna. And Krishna at that time said, oh, Narada, you know what? My headache is gone. So he said, Lord, I brought all of this. No, Narada, I just wanted to know the devotion of the Gopikas. For them, they did not get into any philosophical disputations. How can the Lord get headache? He is just feigning something, nothing. For them, all that mattered was Krishna is in discomfort and I need to serve him. Likewise, this brother, all he thought is Swami is in discomfort and I need to have a solution for that. Instantly he responded and he gave. Today, Swami is not probably present in that form walking around, but he is walking around in those billions of forms all over the world. That is the mission he has given us, to relieve their suffering. Don't ask, what will I get out of it? Ask, what does they need? And this was the narration by this person. This is the incident that he did. Like this, there are many, but I'll tell you, from this dualistic thing, we get into what we call as a Vishishta Advaita phase, or qualified non-dualism. In qualified non-dualism, we start seeing God in the other person. In the recipient, we start seeing God in that. And what is that? What do you see in that? How do you see that? We say we should see God in the recipient. And we go there, we practice this. We try to see God in the recipient. But here, when you understand that my brother gave this water to God himself, and today that God is present in each one of us, in fact, including the recipients. So Swami is saying, it's easy to see. Just to think that you are giving me that glass of water, just as that brother gave me. Just as that boy gave me, you now give to this person. His name may be Michael, may not be Satyasai, but still give it to him. She may be Dorothy, but still serve her. I'm there. I need your help. That's what Swami is saying. I'm there in their form. You start seeing him in them. Slowly as this process goes, but Swami says, the journey has yet to continue. There's another aspect of this qualified non-dualism. Slowly we have to see Swami within us. It is easy over a period of time to see Swami in others, but why do we find it difficult to see Swami within us? We ourselves are Swami. Swami has said that. And I'll give you an example, another story, again from my Sai brothers. This happened in Bangalore. And there was this Sevadal person who was very, very diligent about the Seva project that he was participating in. Over the years, every month on a particular Sunday or weekend, they would go to this one particular home where they would serve the leprosy home patients with bananas, and they would maybe sing to them and make them happy and come back. He went there regularly, he went there every day, every time. He never missed it. One day when he was on his way to the service, as he was driving along a deserted stretch of road, he saw by the side of the road an old lady sitting with an old man was sprawled on the road with his head on the lap of this lady, and he was profusely bleeding. So my Sai brother stopped there and he asked her what happened. And she said that she was bewailing her situation. And she said that it was a hit and run case. Somebody had hit her husband, and had pushed off. And it was getting dusk, and it was a deserted stretch of road. And she was looking for some help. Immediately, he organized help. He got an ambulance there. He got the patient and the lady there, took them to the hospital, got them all the necessary help, and he took care of everything. And once he was assured that everything was good with this person, then he went home. It was pretty late. And actually, by that time, he realized that the service at that place is over. So there's no need to go there because it's all over. So he went home. And later on, next day, the same time later on, he called his Sai brother and said, "Hey, how did the service go tonight?" And the Sai brother said, "Hey, it went off fantastic." And then he said, "Oh, so what did we do this usual stuff that we do? Did we sing the songs? Did we give the food and all?" He said, "Yes, we all did it. Yeah, we both actually walked and we did this." He was telling his brother, "Hey, actually we did it together and all." And this man is telling, "Hey, no, actually, you know what? I was there," and he explained the whole thing that he did. He went to the hospital, taking this person and all. And this one said, "Hey, you're pulling my leg. We both actually served this person and we did all of this." And then what happened was, after a few minutes of this, they understood that both were right. This person did not go there in person, but yet he was present there. Swami was at that time in Brindavan. And next day morning, this news spread like wildfire, as you would imagine. Next morning, this brother also came for darshan. Everybody thought Swami will give him a fantastic, position of honor and this and that and all. But when Swami came out, normally he never used to, this person was not your star devotee, who can boast of innumerable interviews,